Hi, this is Carl. Welcome to another SMB Community Podcast. I'm joined today by Zack Rosenberg, who is with Phantom, and he's talking about a product called Catapult. Welcome, sir.
Thanks so much for having me, Carl. It's great to be here.
So let's bring people up to speed. What exactly is Catapult?
So the very simple idea is that because of social media, because of digital marketing, everybody has to be in the mode of creating content, and specifically video content, which works better than all other types of content. Video is incredibly challenging to make, very expensive, and so what Catapult allows any SMB to do is utilize premium video content and engage an audience across social media.
All right. So the website, we'll put a link down below, but it's firecatapult.com.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
And so when you say premium content, I think of paid, slick, expensive.
That's what I'm hoping you're thinking.
Slick and expensive, is that what I'm talking about?
Yes, absolutely. And that's the beauty of the product, right? So we don't want people to get the notion that this is just another version of stock footage, that this is just another version of some carbon cutout that anybody could use. What we're doing is we've hired top-tier content creators, folks from ESPN, CBS, and other very well-known entities to create short-form content for us, usually somewhere about 2 to 3 minutes long, talking about local sports, talking about weather, news, fun facts. There's a variety of content within the marketplace. And within those videos, there is opportunities to put your brand, your logo, live reads, call outs, links to coupons within them. So as you're distributing it to your audience, it looks like you're the ones who are producing it with these really high price talent. Now you're right, creating video is ridiculously expensive. Your viewers may or may not know that the average cost for video is about $10,000.
Wow.
Plus, you have to find a crew to make it. They've got to edit it. It takes weeks to write it and produce it. And I could already feel the heart palpitations of your listeners, right? They know what this takes, and it's incredibly difficult.
So, but on social media, unless you're trying to get some viral video, you're not going to produce a bunch of really expensive video, right? In social media, you're more likely to produce 200 videos that are homemade and 1 minute each.
Yeah.
So what role does this video play?
In your own experience, how often do you sit there and watch infomercials?
Infomercials. Not very often.
Not very often. Certainly not as compared to series or the news or sports or whatever your favorite topic is, right?
Right.
If you're going to engage people with just the sales pitch, you're not going to engage very many people. But if we can provide kind of premium editorial series, news updates about what's going on in your community, your favorite sports team, that's going to find the audience that you're interested in, not the people, right? I think a lot of people get lost in this thinking that, well, I'm a lawyer. Shouldn't I be creating content about law? Well, I hate to break it to you, lawyer. I know you think it's really interesting, but a lot of the people that you're trying to reach may not. Unless you're putting Law and Order SVU on, in which case people are going to love it. But if you're not doing that, you're going to have a lot of issues.
Right.
So what we want to come up with is, or what we have in our marketplace, is series of content that will be engaging and with a high frequency and attract the audience that should frequent your business, as opposed to just those that you kind of feel should work with your business. And that's the lawyer example.
Put this on my webpage so that there's like a news feed and it goes to these videos?
Yeah, so news feed is right, but not necessarily on your website. So by connecting your social channels to the Catapult product, when a video comes into the system that we think would be a perfect fit for your audience, we brand it with all those elements from your business, and we will automatically distribute it to your Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, whatever channel you've connected to it.
So how do you brand it? Like, so we've got this video, you stick one of my books right there?
We could. We absolutely could. So, think about as you're watching a newscast on television, you'd see kind of the bug in the lower corner, and then you would say, okay, and now a word from our sponsors, and you'd get an ad, typically 30 seconds on television. Well, on social media, you can't do that, but what you can do is you can insert photos. You can do a voiceover. You can do your logo. You can add a coupon code. All of that would happen within the video dynamically. So you upload it into our system one time, and every time we send a video to you, all of those elements will be included.
So is there an example on your website?
There are many examples on the website. All of the videos that you see there are available within the Catapult platform.
All right. So you just casually threw out $10,000. So I'm assuming you're not going to ask me to pay you $10,000 for this.
You specifically, yes, but everybody else who's listening, no. But you did come back around to a point that I wanted to make, and that's we've kind of democratized the process, right? Yes, $10,000 to ask for a video is a lot, especially when you don't know what you're getting from it. What we have crafted is a way that multiple businesses can use the same video. And by rebranding it and distributing it to their audiences, there's very little chance for overlap because they probably don't have 5 million followers on their page. And if they did, they wouldn't be spending as little as they spend with us. But you get to share the cost, in essence, with lots of other businesses. And by doing that, we can make it very affordable. So whereas one video costs $10,000 to make, if it's custom made for you, we charge on a minimum basis for our smallest package $500 a month, and that gets you 4 videos per month, so 1 per week. So for very nominal fee, you get in the video game very quickly.
All right. And do you see managed service providers or IT companies doing this for themselves or doing it for their clients or both?
Absolutely. Oh, you want more of an answer? Yes. So the answer is yes to both, right? If you are an IT provider, having grown up with a family that owns a small business, and many of my friends, their parents own small businesses, I know that the IT provider doesn't do just IT. They are the consultant for everything that goes online and digitally, right? I remember the guy who did IT for my dad's office. He became our home tech guy. He became the advisor. He became the website builder. These guys are so multifaceted. And as such, I think there's a great opportunity for them to say, hey, we found a very easy and affordable way to help you build your social presence and drive more business and more foot traffic and be looked at as, the sage that they are to the businesses that they represent. In terms of themselves, great content should certainly help their business too, right? They need more customers. They want to be busier than they are, even though they're plenty busy. And by using the Catapult platform, they should be able to attract more SMB owners in their area to utilize their services, watching content that they're really going to enjoy.
So when you say that it'll be in multiple markets, how many, will everybody in the world see this, right? That's my question. And then how do they associate it with my company? Yeah.
So the short answer is if people are fans of your business on Facebook or social media, then a percentage of them are going to see this video. And since it's been posted to your page, it appears as if it's your own. The branding within the video obviously only augments that. When you see your logo on the video, when you see your ad in the video, the consumer that sees it is going to believe it's yours. Now, this is not just about only engaging the people who are fans of your business already. This is about driving more business. And so a part of the monthly spend with us go towards paid promotion on those social channels. So typically about 10,000 more people within a few miles of your business are going to see that video, which then brings more attention to your business.
And when you say that these are not like the law firm example, like lawyers don't talk about law, are you saying that technicians shouldn't be talking about tech, at least not in these videos, that this is more about the local sports team or something like that?
It could be. So you have to think about the audience you're trying to attract and what interests them. It's really easy to think that I work on this stuff all day and everybody's going to be as interested in it as I am. But, the Consumer Electronics Show is enormous, but is it as big as sports? Is it as big as movies, right? So not every video is meant to drive the bottom line. The videos should be to build an audience and then move them into your funnel, right? So yes, there are points along the way where you'd want to have really techie, geeky, bottom of the funnel type of content, but that's what you have to work your way up to, or I should say work your way down to. So if they have their own video content, now that they've built this audience through our content, now they can start to convert those people with what they really want.
All right. So perhaps we can take a minute right here and stick one of your videos in the middle of this.
Okay, how about two? No, just kidding. I will be happy to send one. And Carl, we could put your face as the logo and anything you'd like in the copy.
So we don't necessarily have to do that. But all right, well, why don't we see one of these videos just to see what we're talking about? And you'll send it to me. We'll slice it in right here.
Learn from your past failures. Otherwise, you're doomed to repeat them. The Cowboys have 3 trips to the divisional round of the playoffs since 2014. And they're 0 for 3. But I've got good news, because I've figured it out. Here's what the Cowboys need to do in order to change their divisional round misfortunes.
This video is brought to you by you. Seriously, it's easier than sending an email. Wouldn't it be nice to hear more about your business than me sarcastically pointing out you missed an opportunity? Email Zack Rosenberg as soon as you hear this. I promise you, he has infinite amounts of time and has nothing better or more important to do than sign you up for Catapult today.
So why did the Cowboys lose to the Rams? Well, you can start with the obvious. The defense gave up 8 yards per carry to the Michelin Man. Jeff Heath was bad. But the real reason, the most important takeaway, was Zeke Elliott. The Cowboys ran the ball with Zeke Elliott.
So tell me what pieces of that make this appealing to the end users, like the potential clients.
So it has to be entertaining. It has to be engaging. It has to be something that they're familiar with. And that's why we want to talk about, or that's why a lot of the content is geared towards sports and news and community. One of our more popular series in Texas is called Lone Star Legends, where we kind of make people from Texas, like Sam Rayburn, who is a longtime congressman, kind of bigger than life, right? And anybody who lives in Texas, this kind of content is going to resonate with them because there's a lot of pride down there.
Right.
So, even though it may not be relatable to your IT business, that's certainly going to get people to engage with your brand. And then through the copy in the video, the link in the social post, they can register their email address to hear more from you. They can sign up for a coupon. And now you've gotten their email address and potentially a new customer.
Very cool. So do you take from me a set of themes or links, or what do I need to provide to you so you can create videos for me?
We like to say it's as easy as sending an email. And what we mean by that is all we need is a few pieces of information about your business, the business name, the address, a logo, a few lines of copy telling us about who you are and what you offer, a coupon or some sort of offer that you'd like to make within the video, and then connect us to your social channels. That's it. Now, what the system is going to do is once we're connected to your social channels, we could look at the audiences that have already liked your brand. And as we post video content to it, the system starts to learn what content will resonate most with your audience. And while that may feel scary at the beginning, over time, as the system gets smarter, you start to understand, hey, you might be in IT, but for whatever reason, ballet content seems to be driving a whole lot of business for you. Will that actually pan out? I have no idea, but that's what the system will know.
Right. So you do a little machine learning or artificial intelligence to kind of grow the audience. And so when you say social media sort of generically, does this include Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram? What all is included here?
So Facebook and Instagram, we are live on currently. The plan is to be on YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn within the next few months.
All right. So on YouTube, would this be like a video that lives there forever? And is it on your channel or my channel?
It would be on your channel.
All right.
And yes, it would live there forever. It would be your video.
All right. So if a video took off, then you come back every month and get more money out of it? Is that the deal?
No. Once you've paid us that monthly fee, the videos we send you are yours to use in whatever way you'd like.
All right. So if you did create a series, it could literally be a group of videos on my YouTube channel that basically would live there forever. I could create a channel or a playlist within my channel.
Absolutely. And it will keep it flush with new content regularly as long as you continue on with us. And that's not only is it important to have content in the first place, but the frequency of it, which is why I mentioned before, the cost makes it impossible for most SMBs to participate, if not all SMBs to participate. And by having this regular flow of content, you get to maintain the audience and continue to grow them in a way that just wasn't possible yesterday.
Right. Well, I know you do have to find what I call surrogate audiences. When I did radio advertising many years ago, I always put them on the Saturday Money talk show because my assumption was that a lot of those listeners were business owners. Right? Mm-hmm. So they're not talking about technology, but when they hear an ad for an IT company, they have the ability to actually hire. So I know that that's a piece of what you need to do on social media. What happens, let's say I'm an IT provider, but I only have 200 people that follow me on social media. Yeah. So how can we help grow that audience?
All the more reason to have more content to post, right? Some of the bars that we work with, they tell me that they've got social media handled, right? They don't need any help. And then I look at their page and they posted once a month. Well, social media doesn't really work that way, right? Frequency is just as important as the type of content you're creating. So if you only have 200 followers, the good news is that the social media channels are going to show your content to more of those people than if you had a channel that was 10,000. Not that they showed more total, but a larger percentage of your audience. So giving them really engaging content will help you grow the audience faster organically. The second piece is that we will put a part of your budget behind boosting, social amplification through paid channels. So we will help you reach more people within your area, within a few blocks of your business if you choose, using a paid budget.
And so do you recommend that folks do this on a Facebook page versus a profile, like my personal profile?
100%. The tools that are available to business pages far exceed what you could do on your personal page. And not only that, your personal page has a limit of 5,000 friends. So if you're a growing business, you're hopefully going to have a lot more fans than 5,000, and that would be a problem for you.
And what about folks who's like, I don't want to manage Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and YouTube and all of that stuff?
Yeah, that's why this product exists. As I said, the term "set it and forget it." God bless Ron Popeil, but it always makes me nervous because people often look at it and they say, "Well, that's great. I just touch it and I don't have to do anything, and I never have to think about it again." Well, our product is basically automated. Once you set up, you tell us a little bit about your business. We'll constantly be, based on your package, promoting and pushing more content to your page. That is an element of set it and forget it. But, the closer you're in communication with us, the better off we're going to be. So while yes, the function is pretty automated, the human touch is still incredibly important for making this successful.
And how many people on my staff have to be involved in this?
Whoever has access to your social media channels. That's it.
And they just work with you, and I sleep at night and the money flows in and we all get rich.
That's, I don't know if that's what I would say I'm promising, but that is what we are offering.
That's what you're hoping for, at least. Okay, so what about me reselling this to my end clients? How would that work?
So we do have a program in place for if you should, have interest in selling this to, as an IT consultant, your customers. I would say have them send me an email, Zack, Z-A-C-K, @firecatapult.com, and I'd be happy to work with them in getting their partner set up.
All right. And so, the only problem I see is some folks don't have that they don't have a business relationship per se with their clients. They have that technology to business relationship. So
sure.
You probably have to move more into being a business advisor. So you say that it starts out with about one a week. Do you have people who do more than that?
Yeah, it's really amazing because the diversity of content, the amount of different things that we have available, people have moved to a higher frequency and started testing with other verticals. If they started with sports and they saw some success there, now they don't want only sports on their page. They want to see how news would do. So we have seen the frequency gone up, especially as we add more and more content into the system.
And do people frequently do like only sports or only, one particular topic? And then, because that's what they talk to their clients about, I guess.
Yeah, it always starts that way. So they think that their people only want to hear about sports. And then we start to look at the numbers and say, that's not always true. They also want to hear about this and that. While they may have an affinity towards sports, of course, that's one part of your audience. It's not the entirety. So yeah, everybody, walks in the door thinking they know exactly what their people want. But the data typically tells a different story.
And so how much access do I give you to my social channel? I just give you my logons?
You don't have to give us a name or password or anything. You're going to do what's called authentication. So you click on a button within our platform. It'll ask you which of your Facebook pages you would like us to have access to. You hit OK, and then that gives us the ability to post to your page and to boost the posts that we post to your page. That's it.
Oh, okay. So there's an API connection. Yes. I integrate that. If I decide to unplug you, I just change my password and you're done.
You don't even have to change your password. You can just cancel our access to your page.
So through the API, all right. Mm-hmm. So, all right. And about how many customers do you have so far?
So we're just about to hit our 50th, which is very exciting, and many more to come. So
are you in Hollywood, California? Is that the deal?
I am in Montclair, New Jersey. But if it looks like California in the background, I'm doing something right.
The video capital of the world. So, yeah. So where do you get this video? Do you buy this from a production house? Where do you get it?
It's a really interesting pivot we made as a business. We started ourselves as a media company in sports, which is why we started off with a lot of sports content. And as the business evolved and changed into what it is today, our team kind of pivoted as well into creating much more diversity of content. The future, the next steps in our process is to go acquire content from local television stations, local radio, partnerships that we've already begun.
So it's interesting to me because I think of aren't there approximately 7 billion channels already on the internet where I can go get content? So how does this, stand out or how is this different?
Well, I hope that the content is different, that's for sure. And also the ability for the system to learn what works best based on results. That is going to be unique to us in ways that nobody can replicate. In order to understand, again, the connection between the content and results, you'd have to work with every customer that we've worked with on every piece of content and every audience, which makes it very, very difficult to compete with.
All righty. So who uses you the most, would you say? Is there somebody who does this twice a day or 5 times a day?
Yeah. You want specific names? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
We have found, particularly in this time of year, that our sports content is doing really well with sports bars and restaurants. Anybody who has a TV, basically within their venue, has gravitated towards our sports content.
Really? So they then get people into their bar, basically.
Yep. By talking about the things that are coming up and what to know about them. And with a coupon code embedded in the social post, they can get a free appetizer or buy one, get one for drink specials, and actually measure how many people come in and use the coupon as a measure of success for us.
Right. So in IT, I'm not sure what the equivalent would be. Like you get the free network analysis. So
possibly. The other option for IT consultants could be capturing an email address, which probably has a lot of value because that gives you a direct line of communication to that person. So maybe it's a step-by-step on, 5 steps to do X, Y, or Z, and give us your email address and we'll put you into that email drip to answer that, bugging question that you've been wondering about.
And so if I have nothing to collect email addresses, do you help me figure out what I need to do with all that?
Yeah, we do all that for all of our customers. It's, if we had to rely on the funnel of every one of the customers, we would capture any email addresses. So we do it ourselves.
Ah, okay. So then that's all included in the monthly price. Is there a 1-year commitment or 6-month commitment or something like that?
So our minimum is 3 months. But obviously there's a lot more bells and whistles if you commit to a year, but the minimum is 3 months.
3 months. Very cool. And how long does it take to get started? Like if somebody emailed you today?
About 4 minutes.
Ah, all right.
And that's if they're moving pretty slowly. The process that will probably take them the longest is just, connecting to Facebook or the social media channels of their choice. Which has more to do with Facebook than it does with us.
All right. Very cool. Well, thank you very much. Any final notes for the folks out there?
Well, 82% of internet traffic is going to be video-based by 2021. The way that people have talked about having websites for the last 10, 15 years is the way that people are going to talk about video going forward. So with the advent of 5G and its ubiquity across the nation, more and more time being spent on the phone, video is going to become more of a priority. So if you're not in the game, you're at risk.
All right. Very good. Well, thanks for being with us. Folks can contact you at firecatapult.com and check out the product.
I hope they do. Thanks, Carl.
Thank you.